TLDR. I went through my boyfriend's phone. We have a shared rule that we have access to each other's phone whenever we need it. And I found out that my boyfriend agreed to go on a double date with another woman that isn't me. His single friend Andy wanted to get in bed with a girl and wanted my boyfriend to wingman him and go on a date with the girl's friend. I see a screenshot of Andy messaging a girl named Lola trying to hook my boyfriend up with her so they can go on a double date along with the girl he wants to get in bed with. I've attached a censored screenshot to this thread. My boyfriend agreed to the double date. Full story. 28F am in a supposedly serious and committed relationship with my boyfriend 33M. We have been dating since August of 2023, and we became an official couple June of 2024. We've been exclusive the entire time prior to us being official. Like every couple, we would have fights, but we would try our best to resolve whatever it is. Him and I have both been cheated on in the past by our exes. He's been cheated on once. I've been cheated on multiple times. He admits to being very insecure about a lot of things. I admit that I have my own share of insecurities too, especially because of my past. I've been in therapy for almost 2 years now, trying to unlearn my destructive and self-sabotaging habits that I've acquired because of my past traumas. Still in a work in progress. My boyfriend, on the other hand, is reluctant to go to therapy. And to be honest, it feels like he doesn't see the value in it based on his reactions whenever I try to bring it up. Bottom line is we both have issues. We're far from perfect. But we supposedly care about each other, so we're trying to make it work. My boyfriend has a guy friend that's single named Andy, not his real name. He was previously married, but his ex-wife cheated on him, so it's roughly been 2-3 years since that happened. Ever since, he's been actively trying to meet and hook up with women. Historically, even prior to us dating, he's been having my boyfriend wingman for him since apparently he struggles to land women on his own. Last week, I had spent Friday and Saturday with my boyfriend, and things were going well, until he got drunk and started telling me about other women. He told me about this woman named Joanna that he had an interaction with years ago. Called her crazy, and told me that she would randomly hit him up using different numbers or utilizing different channels. He mentioned blocking her everywhere because of this. I asked if she reached out to him recently. He said no. It was odd to me that he would randomly bring her up when I didn't ask, and because it wasn't a topic of conversation. A few hours later, he randomly showed me an Instagram story of one of the girls he's following on Instagram. Her name was Tabitha. It's like he wanted me to tell him if she was attractive or not. The story was a selfie of woman, and said something to the lines of, "Check her out," asking what I think of her. Again, very odd. I was trying to get a nap in, but he interrupted me by showing me her photo. I'm a very observant person, and at this point I was starting to get annoyed because I'm trying to understand these odd and random tiny behaviors. I asked him why he was asking me what I thought, and he could tell I was starting to be irate. He just apologized and dodged the conversation I was trying to have and went to sleep. Which to me felt like he was avoiding conflict, even though it feels he was trying to get a reaction out of me. He admits to putting me through different tests in the past to see how I react. That's why I'm assuming he was trying to get a reaction out of me. 10 p.m. comes around and he wakes up. I asked him about the things I've noticed, and he was being dismissive of it. I know these are tiny, small things, but I'm very intuitive and my gut always tells me when something is off. We have a rule where we both can access each other's phones whenever we need to create some sort of security or assurance whenever we have weak moments. It's not double standard. I can have access to his phone. He can have access to my phone. I saw him on Snapchat because a girl named Joanna messaged him. Because my gut was telling me something, I had asked for his phone. There was a lot of resistance, but eventually I had it. I saw that he was speaking with this girl named Joanna. The convo thread was empty. I had a feeling he possibly deleted it. Her message was still creeping, and some laughing face emojis. As you may recall, I mentioned that he said he's blocked her in the past, but apparently he unblocked her, and they're now friends on Snapchat. I confronted him about this, and he just played dumb, calling her crazy and stuff, all the while thinking, "Then why did you unblock her?" He says he unblocked her during a big fight we had weeks ago, and went on an unblocking spree with others as well. At this point, I'm already livid. My mind was thinking of all the worst things. I thought maybe he was entertaining her behind my back for a while now. I tried calling her on Snapchat using his phone. She never picked up. I also went ahead and messaged her again via his account. This is his girlfriend. How was he creeping? My message and calls were ignored. My gut is yelling at me internally at this point. Since I already had access to his phone, I checked his messages as well. With his single friend, Andy. Lo and behold, I see their conversation, which was roughly less than a week ago. Fairly recent. I see a screenshot of Andy messaging another girl named Lola, trying to hook my boyfriend up with her so they can go on a double date along with the girl he wants to get in bed with. Andy wanted my boyfriend to go on a date with Lola while he tries to get Lola's friend in bed. Here's the screenshot. My boyfriend agreed to the double date. That's not the worst part, though. The worst part is, during that same week he was talking to Andy, my boyfriend called me up one evening while he was going for a walk, telling me that I would be happy because he did something. I asked what he did, and he said in a very, "I'm so proud of myself" way, that he turned down a friend that tried to set him up with another woman. According to him, he told his friend verbatim, "No, I have a girlfriend." Now I'm realizing he just made that story up, and he ended up doing the opposite. Which is high-key psychopathic in my opinion. Why tell me that when you actually agreed to it? He didn't actually shut it down. I felt stupid for believing it. Learning all of this, I took a screenshot of Andy's convo with Lola and sent it to my number. I also took a screenshot of that Joanna chick messaging him on Snapchat. My boyfriend has a terrible habit of playing dumb and telling me he doesn't know what he did wrong. So to avoid that, I made sure I have evidence for when we're ready to talk. He still plays dumb, unfortunately, even with the evidence. Gives off signs of narcissistic behavior, TBH. I broke up with him and left his apartment. I was angry. I felt betrayed. I felt a big breach of trust. I feel played and stupid. He's been trying to fix things with me since. When I left his apartment, he told me he loved me for the first time. I doubted the sincerity of it because of the timing. He told me he loved me after I caught him. Lol. I know, it keeps getting worse, does it? His excuse was he was trying to help a friend out, and that he owed him because they usually take turns wingmaning each other when he was still single. He also says he felt bad for him because he got cheated on. He later on says he sees it as just business because they're both in sales. I'm not stupid. He called me insecure and overreacting for getting really angry and told me I should trust him and that he would never cheat on me. He doesn't seem to understand my reaction is not insecurity. My reaction stems from feeling ultimate disrespect for me and our relationship. I also feel betrayed and that all trust is gone. He said I should trust him, and that he was just going on that one date to help him out. And he claims he doesn't have the intention to cheat on me. He didn't have any intention to tell me about this. I only found out because I went through his phone. He acts single when he's a taken man. He mentioned his friend Andy knew we were together, but I doubt that. And if he did, it's worse because he also didn't respect my relationship with my boyfriend. At this point, with all the lying, it's hard to keep up. He can try talk me out of feeling this way, but my emotions still stay the same. It's not okay to do this to your girlfriend you claim you're serious with or in love with. Additionally, betrayal of trust. Your boyfriend agreeing to be set up with another girl, even if it's just for a date, is a betrayal of the trust and commitment you have in your relationship. Emotional infidelity. Emotional cheating involves forming a deep emotional connection with someone outside the relationship, which includes going on dates or entertaining romantic interests from others. Agreeing to a date setup falls into this category. Disrespect. Engaging in activities that imply romantic interest or availability to others shows a lack of respect for you and your relationship. It's an indication that he is open to or seeking out other romantic possibilities. Intent and perception. Even if no physical contact occurs, the intent and perception matter. Agreeing to be set up with another girl indicates a willingness to entertain romantic interests outside the relationship, which is harmful and deceitful. I know I'm not in the wrong here, but his unwillingness to take responsibility, And deflecting blame onto me gives me the urge to speak about my experience, so I can feel validated and quite frankly not insane. I know logically he's being manipulative, and he's downplaying the severity of my pain. Should I break up with him for good? Break up with him for good?